Welcome back to the show. I have today in studio my friends Guy and Michele Aitchison. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure.
Good to see you again back on the podcast. You guys might have seen them here before a few times, each individually, but now together.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, how long's it been since the last one?
Gosh, it's been before Art in the Garden,
Yeah.
which would have been 6 months ago. So probably Guy, going on a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So much has happened since then.
So much has happened, in which we'll get into at a different time, because I know there's a new event that we want to highlight what's going on right now. Right, Guy?
Right. So we've got the Arts Amaze SI Regional Conference. And now this is hosted by Art Space 304's Southern Illinois Arts Council. And this is happening at John A. Logan College on March 9th.
So shout out to you guys. Thank you for getting me involved in this. I didn't know it was happening, but Michele, you reached out and let me know there was an application about the Monday Art Social is what this talk is going to be over that we're participating in. Is that right?
Right. So I filled out an application and discussed Monday Art Social and how we've benefited from hosting it as a community, and we wanted to bring that possibly to the conference. And when they chose us, they said that they really liked that, and they think that there needs to be more engagement socially in the arts, especially in Southern Illinois. So I feel like it's a very grassroots, simple thing, and more people could participate in it or start their own offshoots. And we have a lot to offer by discussing why it matters.
Definitely. And go ahead, Guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an antidote to, I mean, people are feeling increased isolation and, having a harder time making friends. And, I mean, just these things that used to come naturally or seem like they used to come more naturally are so much harder now. And so we've enjoyed the Monday Art Socials that we've done here over the last year because they've been so casual. We get a different mix of people each time. A few regulars that pretty much always make it, but then we get this great circulation of local people, some that are more serious artists, some that just like being creative, every age group, and it's just been refreshing. It's been definitely been an antidote to the isolation.
And it's really doable. It doesn't really require much, so I feel like people could take out of it what they want and still benefit from it. Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know about Monday Art Social, what is Monday Art Social? When does it happen? How often does it happen? And what can someone expect if they're going there for the first time?
My turn? Okay. Well, Monday Art Social is a community gathering in Marion, Illinois at Union Street Arts. And it's open to all ages, all skill sets. And it's just sitting at a table doing art of any kind. We usually encourage people to bring projects so that they can have their own supplies and do what they're comfortable doing. But it's an opportunity to sit together, catch up on your art, and make small talk. And there's something magical about that I think people have forgotten about, that can be a rewarding and enjoyable thing too. It's something to do.
Yeah. We're doing it every other Monday.
Every other Monday.
And there's an Instagram profile for it. It's just Monday Art Social, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see the schedule for the upcoming art socials there. And we generally know just a couple months ahead of time, but it's pretty predictable. We're once again going to be building up to more events such as Art in the Garden. We're probably going to do another one of those.
And working with Union Street Arts as well, because it's a good synergy.
Yep. Yeah. We've actually really enjoyed working with Luke because Michele and I have been artists our whole lives, and we've been living in the area since 1996, and really, had a hard time connecting with the local creative community. And since we met Luke and Carrie up at the Cedarhurst Center for the Arts in Mount Vernon, it seems like it's just opened the doors to us meeting a lot of people and been easier to make things happen. And
investing more in Marion and Southern Illinois in the art scene and helping facilitate people getting together and sharing a common experience of being creative.
Now, it's been a real joy, guys, getting to collaborate on projects, starting with the podcast, then on to Art in the Garden, and Monday Art Social's been going almost a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
And I'd like to add
really cool
to our conversation that this sort of did happen as a result of being on your first podcast. Or not the first one that you ever did, but our first time meeting you when we did the podcast and talking about ideas and just seeing how they unfolded.
Well, it's exciting. I know there's more coming soon. I know you guys are working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes too that maybe there'll be some announcements for too. But you talked about connecting with local art people, and I was able to go to your show at Cedarhurst too. And there was I remember the tattoo. Was there a discussion there as well?
Yeah,
right?
I gave a talk there.
Yeah, so I think that's where I really first met you guys, and got to know you. And I think this conference could be the same kind of thing with local people and the arts connecting, maybe sharing some ideas. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So it's the first one. It's the first Arts Amaze, and the people that we know so far who are going are art teachers and a few art students. Carrie, who is a curator up at the Cedarhurst Gallery. So it should be a really interesting cross section of creative people, and we're looking forward to giving the talk. So we're going to talk a little bit about Art Social, why it matters, how people could start their own if they wanted to, and then we're actually going to have a little one right there, about 20 minutes of time for people to. We're just going to pass out markers and paper.
Play some music.
Play a little music. Encourage people to relax. Talk to their neighbor. See what they're up to. Maybe come sit at the tables. And just have a few minutes of experiencing the overlap of being in a social environment and in a creative environment.
In a low-pressure environment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole central premise of this. We're not coming to the Art Social to flex.
Or to create structure. It's organic.
Right. Now, every now and then we'll say, hey, it's Christmas. Let's all make ornaments. We'll have a few of those. Every now and then there'll be a theme. But mostly and even then, it's do whatever you want with your ornaments. Mostly, excuse me. Mainly it's just about being creative and doing whatever you feel like doing. And if you show up empty-handed, we always have some watercolors and markers and paper and illustration board. But if you feel like bringing a painting, or if you're strictly a digital artist and you want to bring your iPad, that's welcome too. The idea is to break away from the idea of socializing and doing everything else digitally, because I think we've just made that such a habit that we've forgotten how to just casually get together and just hang out and do stuff together. Also,
allowing yourself some time to be creative. I feel like that's what Monday Art Social facilitates, is you have 2 hours in your schedule when you attend, where you can just cut loose and draw, sketch. There's low expectations, so it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It can be whatever you're feeling in that moment, and that's what we can bring to Art Amaze with our our Art Social, why it matters, because it's just an opportunity to experience it. There's nothing more to it than that, really.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for bringing it here all these time, and it's a real pleasure each time. I don't always know what I'm going to do, but then when it's here, that moment of inspiration, and it always creates something fun, And like you said, it's low pressure environment. It's just kind of relaxed. So I really appreciate you guys doing all you've done to help Monday Art Social exist.
Thank you, Luke. We appreciate
you. Thank you for
you.
hosting it. It's an incredible opportunity to have this great space here where we can, work with you and make events like this happen.
Yeah, and it's been very inspiring. It's made us want to get more involved locally, and that's great. I mean, we feel like we can give back too.
So, Guy, where can people get tickets and find more information to attend this? That's
at the ArtSpace 304 website, which is artspace304.org.
Awesome. And again, it's at John A. Logan, March 9th. It's on a Saturday. Check-in's at 8:30 to 9:30. Conference starts at 9, and it goes till 5:30. So you can spend all day there.
Yeah. We're going to be giving our talk at 11. But yeah, all day long, at any given time, you'll have choices of a couple, 3 talks happening at once to choose from.
That's awesome. And again, the goal is to ignite imaginations, learn from one another, and leave with a wealth of inspiration and knowledge to enrich attendees' creative journeys.
Yes. Well, hey, it really feels like right now the art community in Southern Illinois is growing and gaining momentum, and this is a critical part of that.
Yeah, it's a way to build it. Grassroots.
Totally.
Southern Illinois. Be there.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thank you,
for having
Luke.
us.
Anything else you want to say?
I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
All right. And hey, come out to Monday Art Social sometime in Union Street Arts. We'd love to have you.
Definitely.
All right. Till next time.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be a good clean
How's that?
I only
That
interrupted
works.
to say where to go to the website. So, but you can edit that. That's an easy one, right? It's not even that long.